1 2 1 2 1 2 mic check. Are we live? Are we live, everybody? What's going on? Ooh. Give yourselves one of these. Y'all look good. I can't lie, y'all look good. Happy to see y'all, man. It's my first multi-stream. Ooh. Wish me luck, gang. So, it took me a bit of a while to get the hang of the setup, you know what I'm saying? Getting the setup right and things like that. But yeah, we here, baby. We here, bro. This is the global SIIZWE. I am SIIZWE. You know what I'm saying? Call me by my name. Or you could call me Nation, you know what I'm saying? Same thing, same difference. Feel me? But yeah, this is REWAD live. It's my first Twitch stream in a minute, gang. First Twitch stream in a minute. We got we here gathered, to talk about the Crashout boys. I don't know how many of y'all familiar with the Crashout boys, right? AB Adrian Broner. He's a former boxer. I think 4 times champ or something like that. You know what I'm saying? He's a big deal, right? We have Dean the Great. Dean the Great is more of a, from my understanding of things, he's more of a influencer boxer. You know what I'm saying? He does these little, I don't know, influencer gigs for, as a boxer. So he presents himself as a boxer, but influencing some stuff, doing good work. I mean, he's had his L moments and things like that. I think making him a crash out sort of a person. I don't know. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, right? Be honest in the comments. Get me right with that like, with that hype. You know what I'm saying? And brighten up the vibe with a subscribe, man. Follow through on Twitch. Follow through on subscribe through on YouTube. Now, the one thing that's about to be tricky for me is checking up the YouTube setup, the YouTube chat versus the Twitch chat. You know what I'm saying? I'll figure it out. I'll try to figure it out as we move along. But I'm not gonna lie though. The premise of why we gathered here today, bro, is, again, as I said in the intro, we are gathered here to, see what happens when minds that think alike communion. You know what I'm saying? Hang out with one another, meet one another, so they can, start something with one another. Because I feel like this is literally what has happened. It's the gathering of minds that think alike, right? Fried minds crash alike. I like that one, man. I don't know about y'all. I like that one right there. Crashed minds think alike. That's crazy. So okay, I'm gonna be looking on the side, like, just don't mind that, because I wanna set up my stream manager. I just wanna see how it's going on Twitch using my phone, gang. Like, yo, this might just be tricky. So that I see the activity on Twitch, and then I'll just go ahead and look through to the YouTube one somewhere else. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But yeah. So great minds think alike. Nigga, fried minds crash alike. That's what I done said. Fried minds crash alike. So it was first AB and Dean, right? AB and Dean. I'm not too sure. Y'all gonna have to go do homework in terms of how they met initially. You know what I'm saying? So okay, they met. They became a duo. They just started going crazy, crashing out, you know what I'm saying, to a point where they made that their whole brand, right? They made that who they are, their image, right? Crashing, going wild. Now they started hitting parties, you know what I'm saying, going outside, being outside a little bit more. So basically what has happened is that, as I said, AB Adrian Broner, right? He's a former boxer. He was a boxer professionally though. A very big deal within that industry, you know what I'm saying, did his thing. He then, would go through heavy challenges, okay? Heavy challenges, mental challenges, psychological challenges. So basically, long story short, he fell off. Okay, he fell off the bandwagon of boxing. He that was the whole thing. And then Dean the Great, he just popped out of nowhere as this online personality. He was a boxer too. He was known as a boxer, but more of an influencer boxer, bro. I don't know how else I could put that. So online boxing, things like that. I don't know how influencer boxers move, bro. Let me just find that out. And by the way, my boy Co-Pilot is back, gang. I'm so excited. Whoa. Anyway, let's see this. Oh no, he's not back. No, my boy is not back! Bro, I thought you was back, gang. Oh my god, Co-Pilot is not back. Oh, okay, cool. Damn, now I gotta hit Chrome. Gang, now I gotta hit Chrome. Well, where's my shit at? Alright, cool. Just a second, y'all. Like, I really thought my shit was like, oh my god, now I look bad. Okay, no, my boy's not online. Come on, what do you mean upgrade? Come on, miss me with that upgrade stuff, gang. Okay, so influencer boxers, right? How do influencer boxers work? Come on, man, get out of my face. Get out of my face, gang. Nope. Okay. Influencer boxing relies on social media stars leveraging their existing fan bases to what was it? Oh, to sell pay-per-view events, blah blah blah. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's what Dean the Great popped up in the scene as. So he popped up, he went viral, and then now he's like, okay, what do I do with this energy? What do I do with this energy? Let me get a former boxer, Adrian Broner. You know what I'm saying? Because he got the real boxer energy. And then we'll just, you know, I'll just pose with my little influencer boxer type shit, type energy gang. And then we'll just move within the streets like that. The theme is boxing. But you know what I'm saying? The new image was crashing out. Remember I mentioned crashing out? The new image is crashing out. But the former image, the aura, the lingering aura is just like boxing, right? So what happens is that Dean the Great uses his platform, his social media platform and presence to now come and raise this one up who was going through those mental issues and psychological blah blah blahs. Raise him up off of his slump, right? You know, up onto new platforms. And now they're online streamers now. Being outside, crashing out, just being wild, because again, we gotta take into consideration that's what gets the crowd and the audience going, right? And now the crowd and the audience, they're now engaged, and boom, we got AB and Dean the Great as the Crashout boys. Arrgh. What y'all know about it? Ooh. Oh shit, I think they are in the room. I think the Crashout boys are in the room in spirit. I hear that thunder. But anyway, so that's the whole situation. They're a duo. They are the Crashout boys. That's what we know. But now with their energy, I think they attracted, because again, crash minds, fried minds, crash alike. They attracted Sauce Walker. I think he's about to, because I chose an interview, right, that AB was on, explaining the whole dynamic and everything like that. So we about to get into that. So that was my whole thing, is the fact that no, it's actually not the fact that no, Dean the Great needed a friend or whatever. Like, I don't necessarily think that, or he was super alone. He needed somebody to move with, you know, in these streets. But I literally feel like it was energies. Like, it's like me, right? Let me say I'm a wild, for example, let's just say I'm a wild boy. I'm a wild bull, you know what I'm saying? And then I see you're also a wild cat, like a wild dog or whatever. Like, I'm a bull, you're a dog. I don't know. Okay, I don't know if those mix, but we're both wild. I see your energy from a distance. Of course, I'm gonna reach out, gang. I'm gonna reach out. I'm gonna want to, like, you know, come together, see what we can do with, like, our fried minds, gang. Let's crash out. Let's be streamers that crash. Kick streamers. Hello. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's all that happens here, bro. That's all that's happening with the Crashout boys. It's just resonant energy that has spotted one another. And this is a very deep universal lesson, because it can teach us all how we can come together, or how we manifest resonant energy amongst one, how we attract one another in unintentionally within each other's circles, gang. You know what I'm saying? These individuals could have been anybody else. They were still gonna attract each other. It could have been on any platform. They still were gonna attract one another, right? They could have been personalities who are outside of the public eye, like how these two are. They were still gonna come together. You know what I'm saying? That's all that's happening here, gang. We gotta peep the correct things, because I hear narratives like people talk about, yo, is this real? Is this performative? No, people are actually taking it seriously, this whole crash out thing, right? With AB and Dean. He's taking it seriously. I'm like, bro, number one, they're not gonna break up. They just threatened to break up recently, blah, blah, because the crash outs were too hard. Because okay, let me also explain this dynamic to you, right? Dean be so annoyed at AB's character sometimes. It's crazy. He's so annoyed. He's just like, you could tell he be over this guy. He be over just chilling with him, things like that. And then, you know, because AB be drunk as fuck, right? He be super drunk. Times he doesn't know what the hell going on. He just be wild and just crashing out of like for nothing. You know what I'm saying? That would annoy Dean, and then he would threaten to like, nah, fuck that, I'm leaving, da da da, this, that, and the third. But trust me, they wouldn't even break up. They're not gonna break up. They would never break up because it's that whole thing that you got the same energy that I got, gang. So you know what I'm saying? We could easily freaking diffuse this situation. As long as we got each other, we'll be straight. I feel like that's the whole like thing here. So even if you and me, we may watch them crash out, threaten to leave one another, threaten to divorce one another, and you know what I'm saying? Okay, I see 3 viewers. Was good. I can't even check the shit properly to see whatever. I think until y'all comment or some shit like that. But yeah, discussing Dean the Great and AB, right? And Sauce Walker, in case y'all didn't know that, because he's part of the Crash Out Boys. But anyway, you know, he'd feel so threatened, AB, right? He'd be like, oh, my boy's about to, you know, leave me. And then he'd come and sweet talk the guy. He'd come and sweet talk Dean and be like, nah, you know what? Nah, I love you though. Look, I got you though. Nah, we you know, we boys, man. Come on, bro. Like, this whole shit is crazy. Da, 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 da. Whole time he'd be under the influence as fuck. Right? So it's this whole back and forth. They fight, they make up, they fight, they make up. Bro, this might go on for as long as they choose, okay? For as long as they choose. So this is nothing but content, is all that I'm trying to deliver to you as per these guys. But at the same time, we may go on and just I don't know, rate these cats. Let's see who's the hardest crasher. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna pull up some clips where they do crash, and then we'll get into that whole rating these guys, who's the hardest crasher between the 3. But right here, yeah, let's open the reaction. It is reaction time. I'm finna open up the reaction with a little bit of an interview. But before we get into that, man, like, I like my shit nice and organized, gang. Let me introduce the interview like nice and in the right way. Let me put it that way, right? Stay tuned, man. Yeah, see what they got going on.